We're going to try to make the biggest Monkeyopolis ever. In the past, this would be done on Bloons with a full screen of farms, but the pool stacking bug is back thanks to Chom and Ethan Reid. If you didn't know, you can freeze the water of a portable lake with an Arctic wind and use this new land to place another lake on top of it. This slightly raises the height of the stack with each additional pool placed and leads to some unique circumstances. With enough pools, you can see over obstacles like trees and hedges or even the walls on ravine, but if you place 25 or more down, you glitch out the game and can place monkeys on top of each other. Meaning you can fit infinite monkeys at the top of your pool stack, which is way more useful than you'd expect. So we're going to build the biggest Monkeyopolis ever and use this money to beat Elite Bloonarius. And if you enjoy videos of me trying to break balloons, leave a like so I know to make more of them. I booted up Cubism and did the classic marketplace start. Nothing special, but this gave us about 45k to play with. We put some boomers at the back and loaded the front of the track with overdrives, popping Bloonarius by the end of round 41 and letting us start our pool stacking adventure. This was actually my first time ever doing it, so I didn't know how many pools were needed, but 25 did the trick. Then I just put down a jungle's bounty, a couple discount villages, and 20 banana farms. This is the one and only time I've placed down farms and not upgraded them, and boy did it feel wrong. But each farm makes our druid better, and the more druids we get, the more efficient this becomes. It took a while for our druid's ability to come off cooldown, but once it did, he made $4,090. We spent this money on more farms and a third discount village. Having infinite space up there was kind of breaking my brain, but I figured even if we weren't perfect, we'd end up with plenty of money. Our next ability use gave us $5,780, which I instantly used to get another jungle's bounty. And then a third, and a fourth, and so on. I didn't really have a plan for how many druids to get compared to farms, but I figured the game would decide for me. Once it gets too difficult to click on the correct druid to upgrade him, I would just switch over to placing base farms instead. This snowballed very fast, and before I knew it, we were on round 52 with over $100,000 just sitting there. So in between the rounds, I spent it all on farms, and each druid ability gave us $52,000. I ended up writing a quick macro for my computer to place a ton of farms while I went to eat lunch, and I came back to this laggy monstrosity. According to the Monkyopolis price, we have 1,238 farms down, meaning each ability will give us $193,512, and we have 26 druids up there. At this point, it was clear that we were fine on money, but I wasn't done yet. I got an energizer to speed up the cooldowns and made sure to have no defenses up front, making the mobs travel half the track before getting popped by our army of druids, letting us use tons of abilities per round. This was so unnecessary, and the rounds just crawled along because of how laggy the game was. But going into the tier 2 fight, we had $36 million. And let me tell you, a degree 61 Magus Perfectus and Glaive Dominus pop tier 2 Bloonarius just fine. Even with the game going at about 25% speed, we popped this guy in under 5 seconds. And don't worry, we sold the Paragons to make sure future rounds wouldn't go by too fast. But now it's time for the Mega Monkyopolis. I had one idea. The max sell price of anything is $10 million, so that cap might also be for how expensive something can cost. So all we need to do is place 762 more farms. This got so laggy, but we eventually got there. And on the 2000th farm, our Monkyopolis upgrade went from costing $9,995,000 to just saying loading. It should cost $10 million, but Bloons was clearly not made for this scenario. So boys, we found the cap. But what if we placed a couple more? Would it start back over and only cost $5,000? Unfortunately, no, it just stayed at loading. So we clicked upgrade and my screen froze. After a bit, I clicked around and my cursor changed, then the screen faded to white and BTD6 stopped responding. At first, I kind of wanted the game to crash, but then I remembered I'd have to place all those farms over again because I did that between rounds. So I clicked wait, and after about 15 seconds, our Monkyopolis was made. All the lag went away, and $10,010,000 were taken out of my bank account. So not only did we get through the screen of death, we found out that the Monkyopolis tracks the price past the cap, as it accurately charged us for the 2002 banana farm sacrifice. Unfortunately, this is incredibly inefficient as all of these farms weren't upgraded, but I don't think that'll be an issue as we're still sitting on $28 million. This massive Monkyopolis sells for over $9 million, but only makes a measly $170,000 per round. If we had made all of these farms BRFs, it'd make about $5 million a round, but that'd be impossible to click on all the farms farms and make sure they're all upgraded without a mod like copy paste. But now that we have our giant Monkyopolis, the new goal is to get $100 million to see if there's a money cap that we can reach. So I put down plenty of farms and druids to get us there, but I didn't place so many that it would slow down the game like we did before. Then I realized, I have the chicken pet equipped on my farm, so when we had over 2,000 of these guys down, it probably made the lag way worse than it had to be. This let us get a few degree 60 plus paragons for the tier 3 boss, popping him in under 1 round. However, degree 60 paragons might not do the trick for the tier 5, so we started boat farming in our pool to start getting pops for our future Navark. What was cool though, was that these flavored trades buccaneers were in range of the Monkyopolis, and its sell price went up to a clean $10 million, showing that this is truly the cap, and that's not just for Geraldo's action figure. On round 97, we hit our $100 million goal, which is the most I've ever had, but it did not break the game in any way. Maybe that's at $1 billion, I don't know, but we're definitely not hitting that this game. This gave us plenty of money to beat the tier 4 boss, but it didn't come without a scare. I don't know what it was, but the end of round 103 almost caused our game to crash again as the not responding error popped up for a little bit. But just like last time, everything was fixed after a few seconds. Fast forward to round 119, where we had tons of money and were prepping our final defenses. Our boat farming efforts allowed us to get our Navark to a degree 75, and then I did something so silly. Instead of going through and selling all the farms and druids up top to make the game less laggy, I had the genius idea to just sell the Arctic Wind, as I would automatically sell all those land towers up there because they can't stay on the water. A totally normal thing to do, but what I forgot is that our stack of pools was dependent on that guy too. So with a click of a button, our infinite space was gone. I had planned on doing something fun like Christmas Pudding did on Dark Castle by getting way too many heli pilots, but I guess we'll just have to settle for getting every single Paragon and a VTSG. Unfortunately for me, I didn't do too well at farming pops for these Paragons. Most of the pops got stolen by the VTSG, and those that the tier 5 monkeys did get got split amongst them. So, outside of our Navark, they were all in the 60s. The Apex Plasma Master was a degree 64, the Sub, Doomship, and Ascended Shadow were 61, and the Magus Perfectus, Master Builder, and Glaive Dominus were all degree 62. Still though, the damage was crazy, as having 8 Paragons is nothing to laugh at. Normally, I have a degree 80-ish Paragon and 1 or 2 weaker ones to take out the tier 5, and having so many degree 60s was cool to see. This setup was taking out a skull about every 5 seconds, and that's without our Goliath Doomship's ability, which sped it up quite a bit. I had to have projectiles turned off so we could see the screen, but it was still fun to see the huge numbers of DDTs and fortified bads getting popped almost instantly after Bloonarius summoned them. But we popped this tier 5 boss before he even made the first turn, and we didn't even get a Super Brittle, Cripple Mob, or Glue Storm to help out. Plus, we had over $100 million left over, which just goes to show how powerful this pool stacking bug can be. But if you want to see me try out other bugs or take them to an extreme, let me know down in the comments.